These grocery prices, y'all. Wow. Like, that's the only way to sum it up. Wow. But there are some quick and easy things you can do to help rein in your grocery budget. And by the end of this video, you'll be saying, wow, because of how easy they are, instead of wow, the grocery prices. That was really cheesy, but we're going with it. All right, welcome back to My Budget Kitchen, where I share easy ways to ditch the dinner overwhelm and feed your family on a budget without losing your sanity. I share all of my tips for saving time and money and your sanity so you can put money back in your pocket and time back in your day. So be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of that good stuff. So in this video, we are talking about quick and easy tasks that you can do. Some of these are one-time things, some of these are ongoing things, some of these are things you should do like weekly, but they are all really quick and easy. So let's dive into the first one. First thing you're gonna do that takes 5 minutes or probably even a lot less is you're gonna take a detailed kitchen inventory. So I have entire videos about how this saves you money and how to do it. So watch that after this one. But you basically are just gonna go into your kitchen, you're gonna go into your pantry, your fridge and freezer, and make note of all the things you could use in dinner recipes, breakfast, lunch, snacks, all the things, and make note of what you already have so you can buy less to save more, right? That's the title of that video. So you can use pen and paper, you could use a note in your phone. I tell my robot, my Alexa, I'll just go in my pantry and literally be like, hey, robot, add this item to my kitchen inventory list. And I will take the time to do that for like 2 minutes probably. Honestly, it's way less than 5 minutes. And then when I go to make my meal plan, I look at this list and I see what I already have and I try to plan as many meals as possible using up these ingredients or that have these things as their main ingredient before I add any other meals to my meal plan. Because again, you buy less and you save more. The next 5-minute thing you can do to help you save money is to go onto the internet and browse for new recipes using cheap ingredients. So the point of this is A, you don't get bored of having the same cheap recipes over and over, right? But also just to kind of help you with dinner ideas and allow you to save more by using the same cheap ingredients over and over. So my favorite cheap ingredients are bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. I have found that it's really, really easy to just season them, bake them, and then make a sauce and pour it over the top and bake it a little bit more. That's super easy, right? And those can be really, really cheap, even when they're not on sale. And I found that they do go on sale a lot, so even better. So you would go into Pinterest, go into Google, and search baked chicken thigh recipes using chicken thighs. And you would have to probably say bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs because a lot of them are boneless, skinless, and those are actually expensive. You could do that for meatless recipes, for canned bean recipes. I've done that recently. Tried to up my rotation of meatless recipes, and I'm kind of previewing the next tip, but oh my goodness, what am I trying to say? I'm having trouble today. This is only 2 out of 3 YouTube videos that I'm batch filming today, so I gotta get it together. But I've done this recently looking for more meatless meals to add to my go-to dinners list, which is my next tip. But I would go into Pinterest and say recipes using black beans, recipes using chickpeas, recipes using white beans, meatless recipes, just all of those things. Quinoa recipes are really good. I would do like dump and bake meatless recipes. You can find all sorts of things on Pinterest, right? You can create a whole board on there for cheapest recipes, title it something like that, meatless recipes. But yeah, that is a 5-minute task that you can do multiple times. Like you do 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and just up your arsenal of cheap and easy recipes. So I just touched on this one. I'm still struggling, y'all. I just touched on this one, making a go-to dinners list. And I also have a full video detailing that one that you can watch after. I'll link it here and it'll be linked in the description. But making a list of go-to dinners, either in your phone, a physical list, Google Docs, something like that. Make your list of your go-to dinners to make meal planning so much easier because you have this list you can reference every time you go to meal plan. You can just pull it up and say, okay, and if you already have your kitchen inventory that you did in 5 minutes or less, you say, this meal calls for this thing, and you pair them together and you easily, quickly make a budget-friendly meal plan. Like, those literally are my 2 biggest tips. Make your go-to dinners list, make your kitchen inventory, That is the foundation for cooking on a budget and feeding your family on a budget. So take 5 minutes, start a list in your phone of go-to dinners. And then anytime something pops up in your head, or you do make something, or your family asks for a certain recipe, add it to that go-to dinners list. Have it always running. It's a living, breathing thing, right? Like add to it. Make it continual. When you try a new recipe, you really like it, your family really likes it, add it to the list. And then again, next time you go to meal plan, there'll be even more options, and that just makes the whole process so much easier. The next one is similar to a go-to dinners list. This is, the task is take 5 minutes to make a kitchen stock list. And what I mean by kitchen stock list, and maybe I should come up with a better title for that, but this is what I've called it for years. A kitchen stock list is anything you need to keep on hand at all times, basically. For me, with a toddler, it is like dino nuggets, Cheerios, chicken nugget, I just said that, cheese sticks, whatever I'm trying to say, fruit, yogurt, all of those things are on my kitchen stock list because that's what my toddler eats, right? And then things like coffee, creamer, the easy lunches that I eat, things my husband and I snack on, those are on my kitchen stock. And then the ingredients that I frequently use are on my kitchen stock. Because here's the thing, how many times have you, I know I've done this numerous times, been like, oh, I'm gonna make this meal, I have all these ingredients. Maybe you make your kitchen stock, but you don't really notice how much of something you have. When you have your I think I just said kitchen stock. I meant when you do your kitchen inventory, you put it on your inventory, and then maybe you don't notice how much it is, or it's like on your inventory from the last time you meal planned, and you're like, oh, I still have that, but it's almost gone. When you have your kitchen stock, you need to look at that list before you make your grocery list, right? So I just interrupted myself, but what I was saying is I will sometimes have a recipe, like I make a lot of stir fries. So they call for soy sauce, sesame oil, brown sugar, rice vinegar, a lot of those things, right? And I'll be like, oh, I have all of those. And I've got like this much brown sugar left. And then I go to make the recipe and I'm like, oh, I do not have enough brown sugar for this recipe. And I'll usually make it, like, because I don't have any other choice. But if I had checked my kitchen stock and been a little more on top of that, or done a more thorough kitchen inventory, I would have noticed those things. Or have you ever like realized you're out of something that your kid eats every single day, or you put it in lunch boxes every single day? Yeah, don't do that. This also helps you avoid additional runs to the grocery store where you inevitably end up putting additional things in your cart, spending additional money. So don't do that by having a kitchen stock that you check. All right, the next one is another list. A lot of these are lists. All of these are lists? Yeah, I think they are. So this one is a list of super, super quick and easy recipes. And recipe might even be too strong of a word here, but things you can make on your busiest weeknights. So that may be, I said recipe, it may be like frozen pizza. It may be sandwiches. It may be chicken strips, box of mac and cheese, and some frozen veggies. Whatever, things like that. Make a list of these things also, like your go-to stupid busy night dinners, right? The things where you have 5 minutes after you get home before you have to rush out the door to an activity, or this kid goes to this activity and this kid goes to this activity 10 minutes after that one ends. Make a list of these things that kids can make themselves, that you can throw in the car, that you can throw in a backpack, whatever it needs to be for your family. Make a list of those things so you can save money on your overall food budget by not going to get Chick-fil-A, place in a takeout order, something like that. These are going to save you not necessarily money on groceries, because a lot of times these are like convenience ingredients, pre-made things that are technically a little bit more expensive than homemade things. But if you are eating them, they're going to be cheaper than restaurant food, right? So that is the idea here. So some of my favorites, I gotta look at my list. We love flatbread pizza, and that one is really easy because it's not like store-bought dough is usually like you still have to roll it out or whatever and bake it. A flatbread you can throw in the oven for a few minutes and then top with your toppings, right? So that is why that one is faster. And we also will keep the flatbreads frozen in our freezer, so they're like always ready to go. We always have mozzarella cheese because this is something we eat a lot. It's like a easy go-to lunch also. But we actually, more than flatbread, we use naan. We get the garlic naan at Aldi, is so good. And we will make flatbread naan pizzas with that. Nachos are a really easy one. This can be pre-cooked shredded chicken, This can be a can of beans, it can be taco meat, obviously. It can be cheese and chips with salsa. That's dinner, right? Like you can buy those frozen containers of like fajitas meat. It can be chicken, beef, whatever. Lots of options for nachos, and kids can even like prep this themselves, right? Like they can heat it up in the microwave. You don't have to make nachos in the oven. Not as good, but whatever. um, my next idea: microwave baked potatoes. Super simple. You can do them in the microwave, like I just said, or you can even make a batch of baked potatoes in the crock pot. They can be ready when you're home from something and you just throw whatever toppings you like on your baked potatoes. If you want to do bacon, you would have to cook bacon, although actually you can buy like microwave bacon. You can microwave regular bacon. You can do the pre-bought packages of pulled pork on top of baked potatoes is really good. A bag of salad, things like that. Really, really easy things. I think I can link shorts. I'll link a short here to my favorite, like just throw it in the oven dinner. Baked ravioli is a really another easy one. It's a really another easy one. Another one of my go-tos is a can of tomato soup and grilled cheese. Because you can make grilled cheese in a toaster oven. And you can heat up, you can even get like individual cans of tomato soup. And again, kids could heat that up in the microwave too. Like they can pour it into a bowl and put it in the microwave on their own. Bigger kids, obviously. But yeah, tomato soup and grilled cheese hits all the major food groups, right? And is really easy. And pantry, the tomato soup just stays in the pantry for whenever you need it. So it's also on my list of things in emergency dinners, and I'll link that dinner here. That dinner here. Good gracious. I will link that video here about my favorite backup emergency dinners, but basically these are easy dinners for crazy nights like this or when you just don't feel like cooking. That's what that video is all about. So go watch that one. After this, it'll be linked in the description also. All right, my last 5-minute tip is to have a like running grocery order if you do grocery ordering, if you do grocery pickup. Don't do it all at once. Have it always going in the app on your phone, right? Like when you realize you need something, go in and order it. Add it to your order. I do this and it saves so much time. Like I just don't have to remember. I don't have to do it all at once. If I decide to put something on my meal plan because we think about it and we want it, I'll go ahead and add the ingredients I need to buy into the order. If I'm not going Aldi that week or whatever. Yeah, so just have that order started. If you pick it up like Sundays or Saturdays or Tuesday, whatever day, as soon as you pick up the last one, start a new one. As soon as something runs out, go put it on that order and just have it always going. Because I know sometimes doing a pickup order, like placing the pickup order, seems like it takes longer than going grocery shopping, which defeats the whole purpose, right? Like that whole obviously you can do it like laying on your couch watching Netflix, which you can't do while grocery shopping in person. But still, sometimes it seems like it takes a really long time when you have to type it in, search for it, search for the exact item you want. So if you're doing this at different little 5-minute moments, it's gonna save you. Actually, it won't save you time, but it'll just be less time all at once, which still counts, right? I think so. It's less tedious in the moment. So yeah, those are the 5-minute tasks you can do throughout the week, over and over, take 5 minutes here and there. All of these things are going to make meal planning and saving money on groceries so much easier. And if that is something you need help with, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, like this video if you found it helpful, and then go check out this playlist next. Or is it this way?